Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our weekend Q&A. And good to see you all here. I am a little out of it, but glad to be here. And we will just kind of get into your questions as you have them. So whatever you want to talk about, please feel free to just either write it in the box, or if I need to unmute you, I will unmute you. And I think I have a question or two that I'm going to start with. And then, of course, if you have any other questions, please feel free. So I'm just going to pull up that question. I don't think my screen is showing, so I'm not going to show it right now. Let me just make sure. Yep, I don't think it's showing now. Let me just, yeah. So hopefully you can see my webcam. So hello to everybody. And let me pull up the question, and I will get right to it. Okay, any questions? Just feel free to write them in the box. Any questions? And let me pull up this question. Right. Let me see. I've got a date here. Okay. Let me. I'll start with the question that I have, and maybe that'll spark other questions. And if not, um, I'm certainly open to uh, uh, letting y'all go early. So in any case, one question is, does Vimeo have a discovery algorithm? And the answer to that question is yes. I don't know how much people go to Vimeo to search for things, but I do know that people make their videos available in search. If you make them public, they can appear in search engines. So I think that the optimization of the videos is not going to be any different than YouTube in terms of what you have to do. I don't know how readily Google shows them. I know they're going to favor YouTube. You can probably see them in Bing and some of the other search engines, but for the most part, yeah, they do have a discovery algorithm. People, I don't know how many people go to Vimeo to look for stuff, because I think that the people that tend to post on Vimeo, they used to be filmmakers until they changed their pricing. And and I don't know who posts there now, or who puts videos there. Um, I pretty much only do my sales videos there, and I don't even know if they really like that or not. I put them there just out of habit, and I pay them once a year, and I just use it. I have not used all my capacity yet. So, because at the end of last year, they changed the plan for everyone. They did not change the plan on me, but that's mainly because I think I'm overpaying them on that. But had I not been, they would have changed the plan anyway, because I've got way too many videos um, for them. Okay, so question 2: what's the minimum amount of video recording time content for a mini course on Udemy? It's 30 minutes, right? Could you get away with 10-minute videos per module for 8 modules? Yeah. Oh, that's fine. I think that the minimum amount of time you can do is 30 minutes. So you can do an 80, what would amount to, if I'm reading you right, you can do what would amount to an 80-minute video course. That would be more than enough for Udemy. See, I'm hoping to sell my mini course on Udemy. Yeah, so now, and Udemy will let you promote in the last video. So I think in the last video, you can kind of tell them about what else you have, who you are, where they can get more information. And then that's it for the promotion. Now, obviously, you're going to have your website link. And when people click on that website link, you obviously want to send them to some kind of squeeze page or some kind of landing page. But you do get that opportunity so that if somebody watches all the way into the end of the course, you're going to see your advertisement video. So Udemy does give you that opportunity. And let's see. Yeah, okay. So I think those are our I think those are your questions, Santu. Any other questions? And it says, can you post on Vimeo for free, or do you need to be a paid member? I think that there's a limit to what you can post on Vimeo for free. It may be something like, I don't know, 5 hours you can upload there, or used to be, but you can upload to Vimeo for free, but very little, because even the paid plans that amount to $20 per month, which I think is $240 a year, which you have to pay all up front, they put limits on that as of the end of last year. So I know that the free element is going to be is going to have some limits. And I think that they were venture funded at I don't know, maybe a few years back, and that really kind of affected how they started pricing. I guess when they were pricing early on, they were pricing to get users, as a lot of these platforms do. They got a user base, then they got bought. New owners, I'm guessing, probably said, "We want our money back, or we want to make our investment back. You got to start making money." And so, and this is classic, right? This is what all of the platforms do, big or small. They either start trying to kick people off or price you out, or they just start putting policies in place that make it uncomfortable for the people who make things unprofitable for them to stay. I mean, that this is what Facebook has been doing. This is what YouTube has done. Is what they will continue to do. Um, I tell people that if you're going to get married to using YouTube Shorts, it's going to change. So I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying they're in control of it. They're going to use it in order to make money, and if it doesn't make money, they're going to change it, as well they should. So what all I'm going to say to you is that if you're going to go down that road, just understand that what you're doing is you're generating a not a short-term income, but you're basing your business on being able to make money now. And really, the way of our industry, and I'm talking to really small in our niche right now. So if you're watching me and you're thinking, well, I'm not in the make money online niche, I'm just gonna kind of give you a little my insight on the make money online space. The way it works is typically that you find something that works, you ride it until it can't be rode anymore, and then when it ends, you pivot to something else. And that's what people have done for years. That's what people have done even before the internet. So people will ride an offer until, or a class of offer or a business model until it does not work, and then you move on to something else. And um, your customer list is not the same as it would be if you were, I don't know, a weight loss person, right? So if you're going to be a weight loss person and you're going to have a list, well, that person's following you for a different reason. And so you don't necessarily always have to pivot. You've got to make sure you keep them informed and satisfied and educated and all this other stuff and continue to grow your list. Growing a make money online list does not work the same. It is not the same animal. It is so yes, quote, the money is in the list. It's not the same kind of list. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying you've got to understand that before you go in that direction. Okay, so Let me see. Question. Okay, so yeah, so Jim's asking about the course I'm going to sell. It's going to start in August, and the first of those three, I have not decided whether or not I'm going to start with teaching the make money online market, or I'm just going to start by implementing the 52 weeks. But I'm trying to make up my mind as to which one I'm going to do. But it's definitely going to start in August, and so yeah, I'll definitely have, and so there will be a link for Ultimate Insiders. I will turn on Ultimate Insiders to be able to promote that course as its own. And then so what's going to happen is people would not necessarily get tied into Warrior Plus, JVZoo, and all the other stuff. They could still kind of remain free of that. And they're going to be on a different list. So I'm not going to be necessarily promoting those kinds of things. So if they get in my marketing funnel as a result of your promotion, they're not going to see JV. It's going to be a separate thing, right? So there is, but good question. And let me see. Uh, okay, so Santu is saying, why would anyone um, be interested if they're not in the make money online market? That's a great question. And some people want to work with business owners or people who want to own an online business, but who don't want to sell to other internet marketers. When I say the make money online market, I mean people who are who your customers are other online marketers who buy and sell on DavyZoo, Warrior Plus, ClickBank, and all those places. There are a lot of business people who want nothing to do with those networks, and they're at a different price point, and their whole vibe is different. We are such a very small part of that space and that market, that there's a huge market of business people who want to understand how to run their business online, or who want to have an online business. Case in point, um, every I don't know, I don't go as much as I should, but I go to my alumni meetings, right? And so a lot of those people, they 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 want the same thing. What they're trying to do is they're trying to build a sustainable income, or what they call passive income, or passive income stream. What we do in Warrior Plus and JVZoo is a transferable skill. So you could take what you learn and you could go teach life coaches. Life coaches want nothing to do with uh, selling to other internet marketers. You could take what this is and work on local local coaches, right, or local business coaches. They don't know about JVZoo. They don't know about Warrior Plus. They're not interested in those things. They want nothing to do with those things, but you're still teaching them those same skills. And so the the transferable skill and the transferable principles go across markets of people, different classes of people who want to run an online business, who want to earn more money online, but who don't want to work with other internet marketers like me. Right? So they don't want to sell to people like me. They want me on their list. They're not looking to talk to me. They don't really care if I join their list or not. And so there are people who are ultimate insiders right now. They don't sell to people on Warrior Plus and JVZoo. They have nothing to do with them. They've got their own list. They've got their own audience. Um, you know, one person does her own summit, right? Super cool, super cool lady. Um, and it has nothing to do with the make in the internet marketing space. Nothing to do with it, right? I get her updates because the few times that I do go on Facebook, I see some of the stuff she's doing, and she will take our course, she will fix it up, and then it will fit her people, right? And those people don't know me. They would, if they heard my voice, they wouldn't know me. They never seen me. People in our space, right? They know me. right? But people outside our space, they don't know me, they don't care. And so there are a lot of people who want to sell to other people who want to start an online business, but who want nothing to do with the make money online market or space, right? If that answers your question. Let me see if I got another question here. Uh, okay, so Santu's question is, what do I mean by it's not the same list? Um, what I mean by that is that, as I said, the list that you're writing to, you're trying to obviously help those people to do something other than figure out or navigate the make money online space. The emails I write, for example, right? I know that there are people in our community who don't necessarily operate. They buy from JVZoo Warrior Plus, but they don't want to sell to those people. And so I'm always trying to walk that line because I know I'm talking to people who want nothing to do with that market. I know I'm talking to a lot of people who don't want to be in that space. So when I write, I understand that I've still got some people who are just give it to me so I can make money with it tomorrow, right? I just want to get it and I want to make it. So don't talk to me all about all this other stuff. I know that those people, and I've got to make sure I take care of them. But at the same time, though, there are a lot of people, at least in our community, on our subscriber list. I don't like calling it a subscriber list, but I just call it our community. There are a lot of people in our community who just don't want to sell to other internet marketers. That's the thing. Um, let's see. Price point for the new product, $97 is going to be the front end. And as I said, for that product, because it's going to be training I'm doing with Ultimate Insiders, Jim, I don't even care if nobody buys it. So if people look at it and they say that's too much, I don't really care about that because by the time it's done, I'm going to move it over to ClickBank anyway as one big product. So it's just kind of a way to monetize. It's a way to give Ultimate Insider something to promote that's not necessarily in the JV's Warriors Plus space, but it's going to be front $97 on the front end, right? And yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm looking at Delphine. She said that's her, right? So she's not really, and I think she does more personal development, right? So she's not really, I know, doing or no, not personal development. Tell me what your market is, Delphine. Um, there are people who just don't want to work with, and again, there's nothing wrong with us, right? There's nothing wrong with us. And I need to be careful about how I say it because I work in our market and I like our people. And so, uh, genuinely, so the people that end up, whether they become ultimate insiders or the people that write me in support, people that come to our calls, um, I genuinely like those people. I did corporate, and this is getting off the plot here a little bit. Maybe a lot of, like a lot of you all, I did corporate, right? I did corporate for 6 years, the first 6 years of my life, and first year of my working life. And if you've ever seen the movie Office Space, I mean, I felt like it was true to life. It was just weird. I never could really get my bearings, and so I did that, and I genuinely got along with people. I don't dislike anybody, but I can't say that I went to work every day and I liked the people, right? And they liked me. I couldn't figure out how to be likable. I couldn't even figure out how to make them likable. It's like I was friendly, I was cordial, I did my job. Somebody had a wedding, I went to it. They kind of my things, but it wasn't like we were pen pals and big buddies when I was in corporate. When I worked at Milton Hershey as a house parent, which is education, I did that for about 13 years, and lived with with 13 teenage boys for 13 years, and so did Laurel, by the way, right, right, and I genuinely during those 13 periods, it was like a 5 or 6 year period of time where I really liked the people that I work with. I mean, I liked the community. I loved it. And then it started to change, and then I didn't. since I have been doing what I'm doing right now, it's not the job, right? Even the problems that come up in what I do, I genuinely like the people. So when somebody's writing me, um, they come in, sometimes people come, and as you know, if you run an online business, sometimes people come in and they're coming in hot. I say they're coming in at 10. And what I mean when I say they're coming in at 10, they're coming in at level 10. They're irate. They're coming into the support desk like, yeah, I do, yeah, yeah, this is just crazy, you know. They're coming in like that. That stuff doesn't mean anything to me, you know. It really does not. And so I think I wrote this to somebody today. If you're going to be in this business, right? If you're going to be in this business of working with other internet marketers, you can make money, you can launch and make money. At some point, you have to like the people. You have to like your customers. You have to kind of pick up what they're laying down. You have to kind of pick up their, I think, what they're trying to do, and you got to resonate with that, I think, if you're going to do it long term. I'm not saying you can't make money. I'm not saying you can't launch. I'm not saying you can't have, you know, a successful launch. A lot of people do. I'm saying long term, you have to get up every day and do this. And if you're going to work with other internet marketers, you do have to like them. So when and that all that is to say, to kind of roundabout answer your question again, there are a ton of business people outside of other internet marketers who work in JVZoo Warrior Plus who want to make money online. A lot of those people will love you. A lot of the people, you know, when you speak, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't wait for this person to speak," because it's just the way it is, right? And I say that not being a big personality, you know, in our space. I'm not a big person. You know, they're way bigger personalities in our space. I'm not a big personality in our space. I don't even try to be. I don't want to be. Um, but I genuinely do like the people. And I think that's what you do have to like the people in order to be in our space. Okay, so that kind of ran off at the mouth for a little bit. Um, okay, so who runs her own summit? Okay, yeah, she's an ultimate insider, Santu. I will introduce her to you. Right, she does her own summit. She does, and actually, um, this girl's pretty bad. I mean, she I think she's done two of them. Right, I think she does two of them in a year. So yeah, so I'll do an introduction. Um, okay, so Delphine says, what's the best way to convert PLR to script? I would say right now, like if you had to take somebody else's writing and you had to turn it into something, I think that the simplest way to do it is to put it in either Claude.ai or in ChatGPT and tell it, I would like this kind of script, and then see what you come up with. Um, that's the fastest. That's the fastest way to do it. Now, honestly, when when I've tried to do stuff and I've tried to get a script, and I've tried to, let's say, get a script for a live session I'm going to do, because I speak and because I do this, I speak extemporaneously. I tend to find comes out of the chat bot to be a little wooden. And so I couldn't use it because there's something about the process I need to have in order to deliver content live. However, my wife is totally different. And my wife really needs to have, she likes to have the script and she likes to go by the script. And for somebody like her, if she were going to be doing something live and I had to give her PLR and I had to tell her what to do with it, I would say that for her, because of her the way her mind works, the way her brain works, she would be better with a script that we knew was solid. So it depends on how you want to have deliver it. If you are delivering a recorded video, you don't have to have it exact, right? Because you're gonna pretty much read it. If you're gonna be delivering it live, you want to be comfortable with the content. And so I don't know how you get comfortable with content by having a chatbot write it. I have not been able to. You know, I sat down, I think it was, I don't know, 3 or 4 months back, and I was doing a DFY live masterclass. And I said, okay, I'm going to try to get the chatbot to write this thing. And I got it to write one. I put it all in the slides. And then when I got ready and I started reading it, I had to toss it because as a trainer, I could not use something that I have not created and didn't come out of me because of who I am, right? My process. But everybody's different. And so, like I said, if it were Laura Harper, she would benefit, right? If you're that kind of person, you may need to have a script, and having it come out of a chatbot could be fine. So I would take any PLR that you have. Um, Actually, right now, Claude.ai works better than ChatGPT, and Claude is free. And I think I did that in a couple of courses, but I would go to Claude.ai and I would take the script and then ask Claude to do it. Now, um, chatbots cannot count, so they've not worked out math yet. So if you tell it, well, write 1,000 words, it's going to give you back something like, I don't know, it can give you back 500, 700. It doesn't know how to count. And there's scientific reasons for that. I don't really fully understand them all. People who know information marketing, information technology, they know why that is. There's an explanation for it, but it can't count. So you may have to work with it. And the thing about chatbots is that you iterate. So I do know how to do that, and that's a process that we learned in we were doing information in instructional technology. You do have to iterate. So chatbot gives you something back, you send it back. You said redo this. Send you something back. Okay, that's not wrong. Go back and redo this. It sends you something back, and so you keep iterating. And so what you have to do is you have to kind of keep saying, remember what you said before. Now keep this part, but just change this. They just updated something in OpenAI. They called it custom instructions, so that you don't have to give it context over and over again, right? So because a chatbot does, first of all, a chatbot hallucinates, right? Gets some stuff wrong, and sometimes it forgets. And so, um, and I'm using human language. It doesn't really forget, but it's just that after a certain point, it will not bring into some of the context in a conversation that you started earlier. Sometimes it will, but in most cases, there's a limit as to how much it will see, and you'll see that, right? You'll get something back, and you'll think, well, man, that didn't that it's almost like I didn't type anything before. Well, you didn't, because it's not seeing it. So so if you can take it now, I'd say maybe put it in Claude. And again, it really depends on who you are. I can't personally use what comes out of there to deliver live. So um, let's see. May have missed a question. What is an alternative word to a squeeze page? Some people call it landing page, um, opt-in page. Um, if you're defining that for your customers, landing page is fine with opt-in. Capture page. Capture page is kind of, you know, cool sort of thing. Uh, okay, let me see. Question here from Jim. How much how much on ClickBank once everything is done? Um, my hope is going to be 1997, right? So my hope it'll be when everything's done. I think about 52 weeks from now, it's going to be 1997, right? Not $19.97, but 1997. Uh, um, okay, yeah. So Delphine does business strategies and development. So she's not even looking to talk to people that are internet marketers. So she's talking to people about something totally different. Her vibe is different, customers different, and their customers may not even know about this, and she's not going to even tell them about it. And so I mean, and so everybody's subscriber list and audience is going to be different, and that's really the key to this is finding the audience that you resonate with, and or the audience that listens to you. Because I saw, I think I don't know if I promoted it, but there's a gentleman who used to live here in Pennsylvania. He did a course on product launching, and he did it, and he had this kind of emotional sales letter, right? He kind of got personal, and that wouldn't work for me, right? I could try that, right? But and so some stuff you can read all the books on how to write a sales letter. I would say that you got to kind of get, and I don't have my Dan Kennedy stuff here, but you got to kind of get the principles. You have to figure out how it applies to you, because if you just kind of lift and take, the way that we teach things in our space is that there's an assembly line. Just follow the assembly line. Just do this A, B, C, D, E, and it'll work. It doesn't work for everybody, because everybody doesn't learn like that. Everybody has an implement like that. Some people need principles, right? And so you may be one of those people, right? You may be, and this really kept, I think, kind of hurts people in our space, because pretty much all of the training tends to be assembly line. Do one, do A, B, C, do B, do C, do D. And that's what you think you want, but you may not work like that. Your brain may not work like that. And if you've been trying to get courses, and you've been trying to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, you do them all and it still doesn't work. Right? It has nothing to do with that person and how they taught it. It has nothing to do with you. You're not a bad person. Some people don't implement steps. Some people implement principles. And so if you're going to learn the trade of internet marketing. You need to determine how you learn. Some of it is adult learning. Some people apply principles, right? And I can't remember who this is from my instructional technology days, but some people apply principles. They just have to see them done in front of them. And that might be you, right? You just need to see it. You don't need to have to do what that person does. You just need to see it done. And because seeing it done means, okay, you know what? I can figure it out now. I see it was done. Not even that you saw how you do it. Some people are wired that way. You might be wired that way, right? You just need to see it done. You don't need to have step by step. And when you try to do it, it's not going to work, because everything that somebody else does doesn't work for you sometimes, right? There's some people want to hear, right, an emotional pitch from them. People don't want to hear that from me, right? I could try that. They don't want to hear that from me, because I couldn't deliver it credibly if I tried. I've tried, and I mean, it just falls flat. And maybe it could be because I don't have you know, I don't have the whatever it takes to do that. But you just got to kind of figure out, kind of what, how you learn, and how you want to do it. Okay. Jim says Office Space is a classic. It sure is, right? If you've ever been in an office before, I tell you, it. I used to think, I used to joke around that it's a documentary. I know it's meant to be a uh, a comedy. It's a documentary in some ways. Um, Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you've got to kind of resonate with a certain kind of a person. And some people are going to come to your sales page. You're going to say, you know what? That's my woman. That's my guru, right? She's the one. And some people are going to read your sales letter. They're going to say, that's my guy, right? That's the guy, and they will follow you. Um, yeah. So yeah, just if you will remind me, I will introduce you to. Yep. Claude.ai, Santu. It's kind of new. Claude.ai. It's not super new. I've been using it for a while. It's okay, right? It's a chatbot. It's got limitations. It hallucinates. It's yesterday it was down, right? It was down all day yesterday. Probably because people just kind of run into it, right? As their go-to. And it like maybe it just broke under the pressure. It came back at about 2 in the morning, I think. So um Okay. Okay. So you're saying that if you want to, um, okay, you just want to put an intro script in front of the video. I'm going to say um, that you want to do, you either want to do an intro video to all the courses. And so I would say, and this is what I would do. I would do one video that says our trainer is Charles, our trainer is this whoever he is. Our trainer is going to go through point 7, point A, point B. In video 7, you're going to see that there is a certain demonstration. Even though that's what is said, I suggest that you do it this way. In video number 10, you're going to see this done. This is something that you don't need to know. Don't focus on that for now. If you have questions about that, write me. Video 17, this is something that you need to focus in on and learn first. And so I would do one video. And so you could, this is how you add value. You do one video at the beginning and one video at the end. And in your video, rearrange the course, right? Because there's video, right? And so I've done these courses so that you can rearrange the videos. Rarely, if ever, rarely. Some cases I do, but I try not to say this video is 7, this video is 8, because I know that you should be able to take video 8 and put it in another course if you need to. At least this calendar year, I've been trying to do that. So you want to do one video that kind of talks and gives people a mind map, basically. You tell them you can skip video 7, you can skip video 10, focus on video 8, 9, 7, 8, but do it in this order. Now, I mean, obviously, you have to, um, you got to go through the course, but you want to reorganize it for your customers. Okay. Okay, Cynthia, I don't want to use WooCommerce on my WordPress store page. How could I do it? Okay, so if you're talking about trying to WooCommerce is a platform, and it has all the other pages and plugins. It's meant to be a system, right? Almost like WordPress itself. It sits on top of WordPress, but it's like another system. It tries to pull all of the elements together for you to make money. But um, the only thing you need, right, in terms of being able to, you need a you need a payment processing system that is reliable and one that your affiliates trust. And so it could be PayHip. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter where you build your sales pages. You just gotta be able to be comfortable with it. So if you're comfortable building pages on WooCommerce, even if you're not using everything, you need to keep it because you can build pages on there. You're always going to be, if you're willing to overpay a little bit for something that you can that you can use and make easy, it's always going to be a little better. Um, so if whether it's you mentioned system.io, what matters is what you can build quickly, reliably. I have not over the years. I know that I could. I mean, I pay for Optimized Press 3.0. Eventually, I will do it. Probably after I do the course on it, I will probably switch. But I don't do it because I don't need to think about building pages on Optimized Press 2. And I know that's against the conventional wisdom. I know that that's not what you're supposed to do. I know that. I know that. I know that. But still, it's what I can do easily and quickly. And so if you can do something quickly and easily, and you can make it so that your customers understand it, then I think that that's what matters. So what you need is a page system you can use. You need a system that's going to put people into where they're going to get the product, right? Where you're going to deliver them. That needs to be reliable to your satisfaction. And then if you're going to have an affiliate component, that needs to be reliable to your satisfaction. Everything else is going to change and going to be reliable. Now, if you want to use WordPress, I would say that if you don't want to use the WooCommerce system, then you're talking about doing something like wishlist member. You need a theming system, something like Optimized Press. I'm not saying got to use Optimized Press or Thrive or something like that. I think I'm looking at Dana. I think she uses Thrive. Um, but it's got to be reliable to you. So I've learned to rely on Optimized Press 2.0. I paid for 3.0. And Wishlist Member. Now, if I had to go back and do WordPress, I would use Wishlist Member. And I still pay once a year uh, just to keep it because I may eventually go back to it. But if I had to go back today to WordPress, it would be Optimized Press. It would be uh, um, Optimized Press. What did I just say? Wishlist Member. And then the last time I did WordPress, I used Buddy Boss and LearnDash together. It's probably overkill, right? But it was cool for the time that I did it. Okay, let me see. Yes, Milton Office Space. Yeah, he is hilarious, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Santu has complicated question. Okay, go ahead. There's always a timing gap, so I think I've unmuted you. I'm going to not put my hands on it. Uh, okay, let's see if I let me hover over this. Because so it says you're okay, good.
Oh,
Okay, there you
I
go.
think I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I may not have worded my question right. And it's around the WordPress plugin and not using WooCommerce. Um, and I asked that because um there was a store page built on WooCommerce, and then when we tried to connect it to PayHip and Systemio, the whole page disappeared. Like the mock-ups, the mock-up covers, the
Hmm.
button, all that disappeared. And I thought, oh, screw this. I'm not using WooCommerce because I hear it's complicated. I just want to get rid of it off my website. But my web developer doesn't know like what page or what plugin to use and disable WooCommerce entirely and just create a different page. She says she needs to build a different page. So she's quite new to this and she won't know what plugin to use to build a store page on my website and have it redirect to PayHip or System.io. So that was my question.
Yeah.
And it's not like I want to create a membership, like wishlist member, I think is for memberships. Like they have those, they have
Primarily.
memberships on PayHip and Systemio. I don't need a membership plugin on WordPress because the other two have it. And I'm not quite sure what Optimized Press is about, what it does or anything, so I
It's
can't
a
speak.
page builder. Um,
Okay.
I think that if you want to build, what is your store going to have? Is it going to have digital products or what's going to have?
Yes. Yeah, digital products, exactly.
Okay, and so if you've got somebody who's working with you, there is and this is long ago, and I haven't really kept up with this. There's a gentleman, um, what's it called? Premium Press, and ironically, I think his name is Mark Fail. I mean,
What
not a
is it?
great last name, right? Mark Fail
Mark
is his
what?
name.
Veil.
Mark
Like
Fail,
beyond the veil?
like Fail is his
Oh,
name. But
Fail. I see. Okay.
he's been doing this for a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
Premium Press, and he does store themes. Now
Mm-hmm.
they are not for the faint of heart, but they are very linear. so
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to figure out a lot. There's just a lot of
Mm-hmm.
intricacy to it. But if you have somebody doing it, Premium Press is a good way of being able to take some of their store themes
Mm-hmm.
and they can do it. Now, I bought this thing a long time ago, and I don't know what it costs now, but but that's one way to build a store theme. Obviously, some people that's why they just use Shopify, right? Because
Mm.
they don't want to fool around with the other stuff, and then they just kind of use Shopify. They don't even use the payment processing in Shopify. They use their own payment processing. And if something blew up the page, if you think it's because it's PayHip, um, Shopify be Shopify could work, right? And it's kind of like Teachable, except it's for e-commerce. And so a lot of stuff is kind of done for you. There are some limitations, but it offers a good mix of things that you don't have to fool around with.
And do you have to pay a membership or something to use
For
Shopify?
for for Shopify, yes, you do, right? I think the basic is 29, and then obviously as you go up, you more features, you're doing more, then it is more. But Shopify is a way of being able to do this. Some of the e-commerce stuff is a little more complicated, and it has a store face on it. I moved away from WordPress just because of some of the issues you just raised, which is uh, uh, whenever there's an update, because you really don't know with
Yes.
WordPress if it's an update, if it's the plugin, if it's the
Mm.
theme, if it's a theme and the plugin, and so I just got tired of guessing. I could it'd be more cost effective for me to be on WordPress, but it's just
Mm.
it's
Yes, she's trying to talk me out of being on WordPress and moving over to System.io because you can build a website on there as well on System.io. So.
yeah, I've seen, two people asked me to do a course about System.io. One of the person, and they're still around. I thought that maybe they would not be around by this time, but they are.
Mm.
And so I don't know, they could be viable. I've not really looked at it too closely,
Mm.
but I intend to.
So Premium Press sounds possibly like a good option. Is like would I go to their website and like buy their theme or something? Is that how you do it?
Yeah,
It's not like it's a plugin in WordPress, is it, that you can
I
get
think it is. It's a theme. These are themes. They're definitely themes
in WordPress? Yeah, so I can go to the
in
back end
WordPress. Yeah.
and buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely things. But let me see if my when I get off the call, if you will remind me, let me see if my
Hmm.
back office works. 'Cause it's been a long time since I've seen this. And I just remember it. But I want to verify that it's still viable.
Yeah, and it's a type of plugin where I can create three different categories for three different avatars.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely that. Right? That's what it's made for. But I just want to make sure it's still up to date, it still works, he's still with it. I mean, I see his site, but that doesn't always mean anything. It doesn't always mean anything. So,
Yeah. Okay. I will email you about this. And if I don't mean to be pushy, but I am meeting with her on Monday to get this sorted. So if you can respond today when I send the email to you, then
probably be tomorrow. But yeah,
okay,
if you
that's
send it
fine.
today,
That's
yeah,
fine. That's fine. As long as it's before Monday when we meet, because she's gonna be ready to go, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what you should be doing because I think she's just gonna guess. I don't think she has any idea. Um, I look at your face. It's like, what the hell are you doing working with her then? It is a good question. I've just worked with her for a while, and this is something new I've asked her to do, and I don't think she knows what she's doing. So, I am willing to work with someone else if there's anyone here in this community that knows how to do WordPress websites.
I you may want to take a look at Shopify.
Okay.
I would just take a look at it, especially if you don't want to fool around with a lot of stuff. And if they don't have a lot of experience and they just need to kind of do stuff but not
Mm,
figure out stuff,
mm.
yeah, there's a free trial. There's like a 15-day free trial. You can go and look at it. And I would really take a look at. And then I've got I know I've got a course on Shopify. So if you remind me, I mean, you're Ultimate Insider. So if you remind me, I will send
Yes.
you access to that course and just take a look at it, right? Because it sounds to it just sounds to me like um, if you take this designer, you put that person in a situation where they've got to figure out stuff at
Mm.
this point, that might be a little much.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just looking at the price, even the basic price of 29 for Shopify, and like, I don't even know if I'm gonna sell anything. And that's a bit of a fee,
Mhm.
if you don't know how you're gonna do.
Right, right. Yeah, I get you. Yep, yep. Understood. Um,
Yeah, so that's leaning towards premium press. I haven't launched anything yet. I haven't sold anything yet. I'm just newly building my digital products for sale. So I'm at the beginning end. It's not like I've got lots on there and she's gonna come in and mess things up and I'm gonna lose income. Like I haven't even started gaining income. So
mhm.
it's me paying her time. And do I want to pay her for her to guess at what she's doing rather than know what she's doing?
Well, I mean, you can give her access to, the Go High Level platform, and you can let her see it. I mean, you have the ability to give her a login herself. So you have a login. You can give her a delegate login, and she may be able
Hmm.
to figure that out too. I mean, that's something that you have
Wait a minute. So you're saying I could sell products on Go High Level?
on the account on the sub
Yeah.
account, yeah, that I gave you. Right, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't think I have a login, but I will certainly email you tonight and or today and ask for that login. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So I
sure
can
I'm
maybe
pretty sure
use.
I set you up. So yeah, if I mean I would definitely take a look at that before you start paying something for something, and then give your web designer
Hmm.
access. So
Hmm.
give your web designer because you can set up a user and
Hmm.
let that person see it, and then see if that's something that they can handle.
So would I connect my WordPress store to Go High Level?
Um, could you connect your WordPress site? Here's what
My
you would
store,
do.
the store, the WordPress store page that shows all my stuff on my website, right? All the things
You
people can
could,
buy.
right? Well, you could because all you'd really have to do is deliver the product through your insider account. Now, if you wanted to build pages on there, there is a page builder there. I don't know if there's a store builder page, but there is a page there. Hold on, let me see. Um, let me see. I'm gonna have to turn on my screen.
What I'm not clear about is that I still want to use System or PayHip to deliver the, or for people to buy the product through.
Yep.
Is that the same as Go High Level? Like, are they all three of
No,
them the same thing or no?
no, PayHip's gonna be different.
But they're
I'll
like
try to.
they do the same functionality is what I'm saying, right? The three of them do the same
Okay, so
thing.
PayHip takes the payment,
Yep.
delivers the person.
Yes. Delivers to the
It
person.
also,
That's right.
yeah, it also tracks for your affiliates.
Yep.
Then there's your page building system, which I think is System.io.
Hmm.
And um, when you start talking about a funnel where a person buys something and the system moves them to the next purchase,
Hmm.
that's based on the payment system. So, in other words, PayHip has to be the system that moves a person from page to page unless there's an integration between PayHip and whatever page system you're using. So, this is why some people use Warrior Plus and JVZoo. because you don't have to be married to anything in terms of a page builder or anything like that. When the person makes a purchase,
Mm-hmm.
Warrior Plus
Mm-hmm.
sends that person to the next upsell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the payment processor that has to send them. So that's the functions. So your funnel functions with the processor. The only way it functions with the paging system is if you run your payments through the paging system. So so for example, ClickBank. ClickBank, when your customer buys something, it'll move them to the next purchase in the upsell, but that's because ClickBank controls the payment system. In the case of something Warrior Plus JVZoo, they control the payment system, so it's the Warrior Plus or JVZoo buy button that moves the customer to the next purchase. So there's a difference between operating the funnel and then being just a payment processor. If you're going to have a funnel, you do want to be aware of the system you're going to use, where a person is going to see an upsell, downsell, all that other stuff. Um, you could do, I mean, I need to
I, I,
see if
I, I remember that Go High Level has a funnel system, and I don't want a funnel system because they might want to buy 5 different products all at once. I don't want them to go from page to page to page to page, right? So that's why I
right. You
want a
want a
cart
cart.
system.
You
Yeah,
want a cart.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why you're using WooCommerce because
I
of the
no,
cart.
remember, I hate WooCommerce. Hate WooCommerce. Let's start a campaign. Hate WooCommerce. No, I want to use System.io. They've got a beautiful sales page. It's visually much more stunning than PayHip, but yeah, I'm quite happy to use both PayHip or System.io.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. As long as they've got an integration, then it could work because, and if you're not interested necessarily in the funnel, uh, and PayHip will allow you to recruit affiliates, it could work.
Yeah, both of them do. Both of them are all-in-one systems. Um, I'm just yeah. So would Premium Press talk to PayHip and System.io? That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering. Can
see,
I use that?
I have not looked at it in years,
Okay.
and I I want to make sure that I can say confidently, and I'll have to log in there in order to do it. Okay, let
Hmm.
me see if I can go in here. So I think I'm sharing my screen. So
Yes.
if you go to the sites area and uh, let's see, I'm just going to say this is a funnel page. There's a funnel template page. And so then you choose, I don't know, I don't think they have a store thing. And I
Can
haven't
you do
looked through all
something
these
other?
templates, but there are templates that, in terms of the
Can you
front
do something
page,
other than funnels? Do they have a cart, kind of, rather than funnels
well,
or cart temp?
they do. So you'd have to connect your Stripe
Hmm.
to uh, the platform. Right? I call it Go High Level. It's not technically Go High Level. It's really a sub account, of Go High Level. But let me
Hmm.
kind of go through here. Where's that I just created this? So yeah. So what would happen is obviously you just have to modify this, and so wherever your buy button is, that's where your payment system is going to come in. So
Hmm.
this is available to you as an ultimate insider. You can just use these paging systems if that's what you want to do. I mean, obviously, um, it's not it's just kind of a good enough thing. It's not necessarily going to be great. I wouldn't say it blows me away or anything like that, but it's serviceable.
Are we looking at? Yeah, we're looking at Go High Level, but they only have a funnel system. They don't have a cart system.
Well, you can run your cart system. Uh, I I don't know about PayHip. Um,
Uh-huh.
How would you do a cart? I don't know how you would do a cart. I don't know how you would do a cart because you don't have to connect your Stripe or your PayPal to go high to this account. You want to connect it to something that will allow you to run a cart. And
Hmm.
so and so um, I don't think that ThriveCart does a cart. ThriveCart
They
does not
do.
do a cart.
Well, they do because the word cart is in their name. ThriveCart is a cart system.
No, but I think you can only do one purchase at a time.
Oh, right. Okay.
Somebody can correct me, right? Yeah. But it's not
I
technically a
I see.
cart.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Um and so that's a good question. I'm gonna have to research that. I don't know how you
Were
would do
you
that, but
suggesting were you suggesting that I connect Go High Level to say system and then connect that to my WordPress? That's like three platform process. I could have misunderstood
well, you
that.
can deliver the customer um, to because look, one of your issues is always going to be video hosting, and so again, I don't sell this platform. I just do it as a bonus to Ultimate Insiders because I don't want to be in the software business.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is that you can. I'm going to go on the memberships here. Do I have the products here? And you can put your courses with your videos inside of a course, right? Because that's always going to be the biggest hassle to anything is where you're going to host the videos. And so,
System.io. System.io, you can host videos there too in System.io.
well, right, well, yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to pay, if you want to pay, it's what I'm saying. So it
Ah,
just
well, I've
depends.
got the free version.
You can host videos on the free version,
Yeah,
unlimited.
I think so. Well, I don't know if it's unlimited or not. I don't have any yet, but I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Well,
And
anyway,
and and you
this is
can host,
available to you.
yeah, and you can host on PayHip as well. You can host videos unlimited on PayHip. So actually, that is where I'm going to host my videos. You only pay 5% for the free version of PayHip, and you can have unlimited everything.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was unaware of that, but that would make me nervous. But
Oh,
you know, I'll take a look at it
why?
though.
Why would it make you nervous? Because you
Yeah.
think they're going to jack up their price at some point or create limitations like Vimeo.
Oh, I know they are. They're
Right.
doing
It's
what
public.
all these companies do, which is to build a user base.
Right.
Um,
Right.
they will definitely do it.
Mm,
So,
okay. So get
um,
in now while they're young.
uh, I don't think that matters anymore. I mean, Teachable did the same thing. Thinkific did the same thing. It's just the way of things, and they'll
Mm,
just send you an email saying, "Well, hey, we got to change our prices."
mm,
Grandfathering in doesn't that people don't necessarily abide by those things anymore.
yeah. Yeah. But you could make some money while they're young and, and then switch over to someone else. Maybe
Correct.
someone new for free as well. Just keep hopping around.
That's correct.
I'm, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to run. You know, I've got the DFY I got to do tonight, which I might push back to tomorrow, and it's about 8:18, so I've gotta run. Um,
Thank
and
you.
let's see, are you still on Santu? Yeah. So everybody, I'm gonna have to run. It's about 8:18. I've got to prepare for the call tonight, which I may push back to tomorrow, but um, uh, and I will pick it up again next week. Good to have you all out here, and I will try to get you out of here a little earlier next time. But I appreciate being able to chat with you all. So with that, thanks very much, everybody. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.